everyone. Today we're taking out the Swedish Tier 7 medium tank, the Leo, into battle in a significant Tier 8 game. Most people drive this tank with the 75cm gun, the same gun used on the Sturzwagen 74, but I personally find I have more success with the big punchy 100mm gun that you see me using here. So, start of this match, it looks like it favors us somewhat. We've got a couple very good players and a couple of Type 5.9s. They have, most of their players are average. But it does not mean that big battles are guaranteed to win. There's some very strong tanks on both teams that can easily be very, very dominant right up here in this area here. And my lightly armored Leo is not a big fan of facing off with several of them. But I'm going to come up here, tuck myself in this corner, and set up an ambush shot because, losing 300 health right off the bat to a lower tier medium tank is not something most enemy tanks are really terribly happy about. So one of the Type 5.9s has popped up next to me. I'm glad to see him because, well, he's a lot more resilient than I am. I'm not so happy to see the enemy UDES 14 and L5 down there. But here comes another Tier 8 medium tank, the Centurion, and I'm just going to shave a nice big chunk of health off of him and back away before I suffer any counter fire. So now it's just a matter of being patient. I really want to keep doing that to anyone who, every time I load it, I want to see if I can do that again to someone. The problem is that UDES down there, he's going to keep proxy spotting me. And, well, he just outgun depresses me. Now I see he's looking at me and Type 5.9, both see him look away, but Type 5.9 is now keeping me from rushing in. And I don't really feel like charging in this early in the match in my lightly armored medium tank. So I'm just going to chill here, be patient, and I'm just going to wait for opportunities while trying not to block the Type 5.9. Our Centurion decides he's had enough of this guy. He runs in, seeing there's a chance for me here to get some shot in without blowing to pieces. Go in, get the hit. Centurion claims the kill, excellent. And our T-32 is going to take a very strong position for that tank, right there in the enemy's face. Finish off one of the enemy Leos. And then just kind of sit there and dare the other team to dare to try and come and take him out. Now, I don't usually like being in this trench. But, if enemy tank's going to drive outside of us, I'll try and slap them for a chunk of health. I'm okay with it. Enemy artillery tries to, unless you're trying to remove me from the game, or the T-32. But either way, he missed, thank the gods. I'm just going to wait out my stun. But I can see that there's, our T-32 is not looking so hot. So I decide that this is no longer a safe place to be. And so I'm going to back out. Back into the relative safety of this ridge line before the enemy team decides to rush us. I make it just in the nick of time. So now it's back to just being patient again. I have the gun depression, but not very much armor anywhere, really. So I'm also just looking at noticing the back in our base. There's a bit of a problem. Hopefully the guys down there are going to be able to handle it, but, well, I feel like most of our big strong tanks are here. Of course, almost the enemy big strong tanks. But then a real problem shows up. That's a T-32. And as I've heard a streamer once say, there are tanks that are good at being held down. And there's T-32s. And no, I don't know how he just bounced a shell off of the top of my Leo. I guess it was angled very, very steeply. You might notice I'm not bothering with I'm loading high explosive. I'm like, really just want to just slap rounds in right around his gun where the armor's the thinnest to get as much damage as I can. And when he backs away again, I pull back up with my last HG round loaded, hopes of doing a little bit more damage with that before I'm going to have to reevaluate whether or not I'm really needed here. He comes out. Oh, if I had a premium round loaded right there, I could have punched that right through the side of his turret. But last was HG, and it only does 21 damage. I just do not like this T-32. I really want to fight him, but not from this direction. No. Yeah, see, that time he hits the top of my turret and it penetrates like it's supposed to. But all I can really do is just sit here and be threatening. I can see my team has the advantage up here. I need to keep him distracted. I need to keep him looking in multiple directions so that anyone, could potentially put in the killing blow. He's playing this well. He's playing it very, very cagely, but artillery stuns him. And finally, one of our Type 5.9s decides that he's just had enough of this shit. He's going to go and deal with his T-32. Because the rest of us are just not in a position to do anything to him. He takes a beating doing this. But he does, in fact, get him taken out. So now, I'll back off and get myself hidden again, because I don't really want one of the enemy artillery to drop a shell on my head. But I can see back in base that things are steadily progressing in the favor of the enemy. So, time for decisive action is now, and, well, there's only two possible decisive actions. I can run towards the enemy here, or I can run towards the enemies back in base. I decide that my best bet is to continue backing up my higher tier allies right here. Now this Black Prince, well, he's been fighting this corner really well, but I can step right here, slap a shot into him without ever exposing myself, either to the enemy heavy tanks over there on my right, or to enemy artillery, which is nice. The enemy P-43 on 10 health is racing for his life across the bottom. I briefly contemplate chasing him, but decide that once again, my best bet is to try and stick with my allies and continue punching damage in whenever I can. So I'm going to use the Leo's excellent speed to just come whipping down here. Place myself in a position where I've got good cover against potential artillery fire, slap a nice big round into the back of the IS-2. And then be patient a little bit. My team is all killed them off. So it seems dangerous to kind of sit here, and yeah, that was a shell fired from somewhere across the valley that just slapped down where I had just been hiding. Fortunately, apparently it vanished because it doesn't hit me. And I come slipping up into this lower position right here. What I'm really worrying about is the enemy Scorpion, but first I'm going to see if I can spot anything here. Oh, look, it's an artillery. I'm probably not going to one-shot this guy, but it really does help if the round does damage at all. I think I must have hit him in the tracks. But why that came up as a bounce, I really don't know. Well, try it again, but yeah, this gun is not really meant for the whole long-range sniping thing. So now I turn around, I can see that one of our Type 59s is chasing down that P-43. So I'm thinking, oh, he might need some support. Maybe I can outflank that T-28, when suddenly a really big problem shows up. That's a Scorpion G. Yikes. He is just rushing into our Type 59. I managed to actually get a pretty good hit into him. But I'm not able to save the Type 59. But that's okay, I can get a chance to get another shot in. But, I'm not sure if that was poorly aimed or if I just, had the terrible long-range actions tank mess me up. The Scorpion takes another shot at me and misses, and I say to myself, okay, I'm really, really fast. The T-28 is still in the way. I'm going to try and get up there and give this T-28 some pause. I see the Scorpion G pop up behind me again. I'm like, yeah, that's not going to feel very good, but there's not much I can do about it. Nope. So now it's just get in there, hit the T-28, try to outflank him. Now he's going to turn here, and I'm like, oh, nope, that's not good. That's not good. And then he misses me. I'm like, oh, okay, that's better. I'm going to try and blow off his tracks here, but to no avail. But, well, at this point, the Leo's sheer speed allows me to traverse him. Sure, I can't get behind him anymore because he's going to go back to a wall, but I'm able to move on around him. And IS-2 is able to finish him off. Very, very nice. So now we're just down to that enemy Scorpion G and their M12 artillery. And I'm just zigzagging around a bit randomly in hopes of avoiding being splatted by the artillery. Now I'm thinking, alright, if I was that Scorpion, where would I be? And I'm like, I think he'd be coming up here. Oh, there he is over there. No, I don't think so. No. So then the M12 gets spotted, and I realize I'm in a spot where, hey, I'm not really a real danger for the M12. I see the Scorpion racing in. He gets slapped by the TS5. At least one low health. He's going to kill the TS5 here, but that gives me a chance to come out and just finish him off. And then it's just the M12. So again, hiding from artillery because I'm low on health. But once I'm pretty sure I'm not visible anymore, I'm going to roll out and look for him. And one of our IS tanks is, it's just hunting him down. And they're like, hey, if the IS kills him, cool. If not, the M12 will be on a reload, and I'll just race in and try and finish the job. But the IS easily handles him. So let's take a look at the post-game stats of this match. So that was actually, amazingly to me, that's the first time I've ever gotten a first-class mastery in the Leo. People apparently do crazy things in the Leo. Got a Confederate to go along with that first class mastery, which is quite nice. This gun is quite killer. It's just most of the targets I engaged are, well, they had enough health to take one hit. And so over and over again, I shot a target once, got a nice big chunk of damage out of it, and then at some point in the future, it would just keel over and die. Looking here at the team stats, I was quite happy to see that I was top of the team with that performance. Actually, was very surprised not to get a mastery badge after that crushing bit of firepower, but I guess I have to do a little bit better than that. On the other team, you can see that Scorpion G had an absolutely stupendous game. Our Type 5 9 platoon also had a really good game. So well done to all of them as well. For personal stats, 16 shots fired, 14 hits is actually above average for this gun. It's too bad its low pen means that I could not get penetrating hits with every single one. Plus the 2 splash damages because, I had to kick that T-32 around somehow. Made a good, nice little profit on it, and even got myself a solid thing of credits, though admittedly, credits of experience, though admittedly I don't really need anymore since I've already unlocked the UDA's 14.5. I hope you enjoyed watching that match. Good game, and good night.